Hello and welcome to Worth a Purchase, where I play a game for exactly 1 hour and I tell you if I would purchase it with my own cold hard cash. On the table today we've got Shanghai Legend, another game in Sunsoft's legendary series. It's available digitally for $18 US, but as this is Physical Paradise, we need a physical copy. And we do. In Japan they have a physical version that plays in English. And if it's anything like the previous one, Shanghai Refresh, it's probably going to be one of the most obscure physical games that Western collectors may want to pick up. If you followed my YouTube videos over on Switch Watch, which is the place for scripted content rather than this bullet pointed nonsense, you will know I'm not exactly the biggest fan of what I like to term mahjong, as in not right, not proper mahjong. These mahjong games are better known as mahjong solitaire. It's just tile matching. You have pretty patterns and you need to match two of the same tile. The topography of the pattern is the biggest hurdle, as you need at least one full side completely free before you're allowed to select it as a candidate for erasure. We've all played them, and they're most often than not like a free app on the phone. A big difference from when the Shanghai series first burst on the scene on PC, like 30 years ago. But this, as you can instantly tell, is a step up from the free mobile stuff. The quality is apparent, and there are no ads in your face, nor begging for you to buy DLC packs. It's just all here hassle-free. There seems to be about 600 or so puzzles split between different difficulties. The eShop, like the listing says, is over 200, but not that it's easy to see, but I don't really notice any repeating patterns, like beginner has different to immediate, and that one has different to expert. So maybe they're underselling it, or maybe I can't count. Mormons, never trust me to take your kids out for a day trip to the beach. You might not get them all back. I can't count. Anyways, it's fun. It's addictive. I understand why people like them and why they're popular, but there's just so many on the Switch, it's really hard to stand out. But the background artwork does stand out. The music, pretty funky as well. The presentation is quite nice. My only complaint is that the pieces are 2D art. I would have preferred 3D models and be able to look around and see proper depth, but that's just my preference. There are even a couple of unique modes, like one which is a wall with falling tiles. If you clear the tiles below, the ones above will fall down, which can either be a good or a bad thing depending on how it drops. I found that one to be more interesting of the two extra modes. The second one, you can drag a tile across the board as well as match them, but I don't know, it kind of feels like a half idea at best. The user interface is good. You can choose whether the cursor moves free or snaps to different tiles, or of course, you can also use the touchscreen. It is a fully packed game. Like I said, you can get these for free on your phone, or you can even get one with big boobies and nudity on the Switch. This doesn't have nudity, unless you count the animals as nude, which is technically true. But hey, this one has good production. A lot, and I mean a lot of content, which makes the digital price quite worth it, I would say. You know, $18, I mean, from what I've played after 1 hour, this would last me, I don't know, maybe like 50 hours. Or maybe I'm just rubbish at it. But how about the physical? Well, it's a bit more expensive than the digital, obviously, but not hugely. It's one of the cheaper imports that you'll find right now, and if it's anything like the previous game, Shanghai Refresh, then the price might actually double in a few years. It's going to be an obscure one for importers. Only the weirdest of collectors might get this one, of course including myself, because I collect stuff like this, so of course I would buy this as well. Anyway, it's good at what it sets out to do. It's not like bad, it's good at what it sets out to do. It's just not exactly thrilling, is it? It's not a JRPG. So after 1 hour, where did I get? Well, I was playing mahjong. I probably completed about 1 or 2% of what the game has to offer, because there's a lot here. There is a lot.